I have found the paradox that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love, said Saint Teresa. When we hurt in love, we give up on it, till love convinces us otherwise. And so, once upon a time, I knew it was going to go badly the moment Rahul asked me out for dinner. It wasn't one of those dreadful premonition kind of things, but just the logical conclusion to what had been going on for the last few weeks. Rahul was the head of legal at Violet Frames Incorporated, while I headed the marketing. Our work did bring us at loggerheads very often, but those squabbles only went on to strengthen the mutual respect that we had for each other. It was obvious that we would become the best of friends, and we did. Those early days at the firm were really trying for me. Akshay and I were going through a divorce, and a lot of evenings saw me a shattered and a scattered woman. Rahul did a great job on those evenings of helping me hold myself together. The worst kind of rejection that one can ever face is a divorce. It can shatter your self-esteem and make you hate what you see in the mirror. Rahul made sure that the mirror remained covered, so to speak, of course. That was 2 years back, and I had recovered a considerable amount. Not battle ready, but I could walk on my own. A few weeks ago, Rahul had begun to insinuate that it was time to start life anew and began to indulge in the safe kind of flirtation. I was afraid this would happen. He was falling in love with me, and I was rabidly anti-love. I hated the very word and everything for which it stood. I was done loving. Yet, the dinner had to be done and things needed to be put into perspective. I really hoped that he took it well. He did not. Come on, Roshni. That was 2 years ago. I'm not Akshay. You know I love you. Will take great care of you, and somewhere you know that you love me too. I could see the sincerity in his eyes, and it was heartbreaking. And yet, ironically, I had nothing but a broken heart to offer him. Please, Rahul, you are my friend, I said softly, as I began to reason with him. I care for you, but I'm done with this thing called love. It's a painfully scary place, and I don't want to go there again. Rahul looked sad, but did not press the issue further. The rest of the meal dragged away in an attempt at being normal, but things had gotten quite far away from there. After that day, Rahul began to keep a distance from me. I allowed him that space to get over what had happened. I figured that if he was my friend indeed, then sooner or later he would come back to being himself. What I did not expect was Rahul becoming a bitter monster. And not with me alone, but with the entire office. Now, Tracy, the receptionist, was a lover of high heels. She was also challenged at walking in them. On a rainy Monday morning, she allowed her heel to get stuck into the elevator door for an instant, long enough to have a tumbling out with a fractured foot. And the next thing the office saw was a sign outside the elevator that said, "Shut, use the stairs." Even amongst the rude signs posted around the office, this had to be the rudest. I soon learned that Rahul had ordered the elevator closed till he got the receptionist to agree that it was her fault. He did not want a case of negligence against the management. Tracy did not seem the litigation for a tumble type of girl, but I suppose the legal department took no chances. Tracy signed a waiver, but the elevator wouldn't come on. Everyone at the office was having a tough time doing the up and down routine. A lot of memos were sent to Rahul, but he sent them back with enough legality to befuddle the entire team of Boston Legal. In short, he was being a pain. A week went by and things were getting confrontational at the office. Snide remarks had given way to arguments, and some cuss words were exchanged as well. I was finding it hard to believe that this was the same guy who'd been my friend through those tough times. No one could get through to him, and finally the delegation led by Tracy came to me. Only you can talk to him, Roshni. He will listen to you. Now, I did not have the heart to tell these people that Rahul was being a jerk because I had jerked him around. Displacement of anger, you see. And yet I realized that I had to have this chat with him. You can be mean to me should you like, but why get it out on these guys at the office? I told him plainly. Get off your high horse, Roshni. This is not about you. Everything is not about you, he shot back rudely. I sighed. I had to be patient. Look, Rahul, you haven't been the same since dinner. You're behaving like a child, taking your resentment out on others. It's not resentment, it's the sensible thing to do. If an elevator causes people to fall and fracture, then that elevator needs to be shut down. Simple as that. I could not believe what I was hearing. And despite all my self-control, I found myself getting angry. Rahul, are you stupid? If Tracy wears those damn heels and keeps tripping all over herself, you can't blame the elevator. People need an elevator. Rahul walked up to me and smiled. If Akshay can't love properly and trips all over love, you can't blame love. People need love. I stood there speechless. I have never been so dumbfounded in my entire life. Don't confuse love with the person you choose to give you love, Rahul said softly. If the person fails, it is his failing, not the failing of love. You just need another messenger of love. I have no idea why I began to sob when he said those words. He waited. Let me cry. Then I moved forward slowly into his arms. There was a clapping sound. I turned around to see the ecstatic faces of my office mates. Tracy had taken her cast off. She was grinning. "You owe me a pair of new heels," she said. I laughed out loud and then cried some more.